Joke on the interview. We'll talk about it in a second. Let me play some of this Bun B stuff and let me explain what's going on. So, let me see. Bun B court. I'm going to try to explain it for y'all, and hopefully this will make a lot of sense for y'all. So, chat, from what my understanding is, a few years ago, it was 2019, someone ran into Bun B's crib. They held his wife at gunpoint. He was either upstairs or not in the immediate area, but when he heard his wife shouted out, "Hey, don't come." And it was almost like she was saying, this guy has a gun, he's probably going to kill me, but don't come here because if you come, he's going to kill us. And obviously a very distressful time. Bun B went and got his gun. He eventually shot the guy who came to rob them. The guy got incarcerated later, and now the guy went to court. Subsequently, the court hearing and the sentencing for this guy, because apparently the guy pled guilty, so it wasn't even really during the trial. The guy pled guilty, but as a victim of a crime, you're always allowed, or it is within your right as a victim, that you could offer testimony that could possibly influence the judge to make a decision on what sentence it should be. His wife supposedly has been distraught. Haven't been back to the crib. Matter of fact, there's a video that kind of describes it. I don't know if I can find it. And, I mean, long story short, Bun B does take the stand. Bun B. Let me see if I could, let's see. I forgot where there was a video that kind of easily. Okay, we'll go to these videos. So it's 5 years ago in 2019. Let's go to those videos.
Now to breaking news on an attempted home invasion at the home of a well-known Houston rapper.
Police say Bun B used a gun to fend off a robber inside of his home in Southwest Houston. Now the man that you see here, the accused robber, is facing several charges. Channel 2's Andy Sirota is live in Southwest Houston with more on this. Andy, good afternoon.
Christine, good afternoon to you. This happened yesterday evening just before 6 p.m. Houston rapper Bun B and his wife were home at the time. She was downstairs in the kitchen when she heard the doorbell ring. Bun B was upstairs. His wife immediately answered the door thinking an Amazon package was being delivered. Once she opened that door, standing there was a masked man who then pointed a gun at her head and, according to prosecutors, said, "Give me what you got." Fearing for her life, she told the suspect, who was later identified as DeMonte Jackson, "Please don't kill me and just take the car." Investigators say Jackson then went into the garage and attempted to leave. Bun B, again, who was upstairs, heard the commotion, grabbed his gun, then rushes down to his wife, who tells him the suspect is in the garage. Prosecutors say that's where Bun B saw Jackson sitting in the driver's seat of the car. Police say Bun B then opened fire on Jackson. Jackson then returned fire. Jackson ran off, and as he was trying to detain him, Bun B demanded that he take off his mask. Prosecutors in court describe what happened next.
During the investigation, officer learned that a male had arrived at a local hospital with a gunshot wound to the left back shoulder. Officers created a photo spread with the defendant's photograph, presented it to the husband complainant, who identified the defendant as the suspect.
Now, let me pause that there, because this is at the forefront of my issue with hip hop media, and everybody who celebrate gangster culture. So, because Bun B took the stand, they now want to talk about if Bun B snitched. I do want to let everybody know who's having this discussion, y'all are all idiots. If Bun B cooperated, by the way, I'll tell you where my disposition is on it, but if he cooperated, it wasn't when he just took the stand now. You heard the news report from 5 years ago? They showed a photo array to Bun B, and he pointed out the nigga. He snitched then. Now, I don't consider that snitching at all. Let me give my disposition really quickly. I'm someone who people try to run up in my house. And I do want to thank the detectives, and I want to thank law enforcement in my local vicinity who did their due diligence and found out the guys who were trying to run in my house to possibly take my life. It was found out later that through text messages and everything, they had planned to tie me up, force me to open up closed areas that they believed money or other valuables were, and they were hoping to perform a robbery. We all know once people start getting in the mindset of, I want to tie you up and rob you with a gun pointed to you, death could be the next very thing. Because you know what happens. Somebody shoots you, they don't think you're... Come on. Now, I say all that to say I have zero respect. I have zero sympathy for anybody who chooses to run up on somebody's house. The person who run up on Bun B should have been laid 6 feet under, and I'm so sorry that his wife has to even relive the fact that Bun B shot that bum ass nigga and did not put him beneath the earth. There's no place. Jail is not even... If you think or if you believe that making somebody where they live at is a place that you're going to commit any type of crime or you're going to run down on them, or... I think hell is the only place suitable for you. Not even jail is good enough for you. So I'm so sorry that Bun B didn't kill that guy. Death is the only suitable place for that person. 40 years was nothing. He deserved to die. Similarly and likewise with the people in my case. Now, y'all should know how I feel about home invasions. Y'all should know how I feel about anybody who comes to somebody's house. Y'all should know this very well. I'm not speaking from, I'm speaking from witnessing this happen, being present in the moment, and also realizing where this could have went. This is personal for me. Now, let me take that and put it to the side for a second, because this is where hip-hop comes in. And I hate how hip-hop is hypocritical. In hip-hop, everybody gets to rap about glorified gangsterism, but only 6ix9ine is a snitch. Gunna ain't really snitch. These other guys who did all types of things ain't really snitch. And this ain't really about snitching when it comes to this particularly, but I hate the mindset that is pervasive that nobody is speaking about. Do I think Bun B snitched? No, I don't think Bun B's even in the streets no more, nothing like that. But also, I don't think anybody protecting themselves and their wives at the place they live could ever be a snitch. However, the idea and that concept of being a real nigga and not telling, or glorifying acts of violence, or even Bun B has music that glorifies robberies. This is facts. For Bun B to take the stand and not denounce and not even be accountable to his own music, I am disappointed. For hip-hop to turn the other cheek or look away or act like a lot of his music isn't glorifying said thing that happened to him, I am disappointed. Let me not mince words here. I'm not saying that Bun B shouldn't have taken a stand. He did the right damn thing. Actually, he should have killed the nigga. But we keep putting band-aids over problems and not addressing the real root issue. Hip-hop as a general and as a whole celebrate the worst of society. killers, robbers, people who commit crime in brazen attempts that terrorize other peaceful, harmless civilians. And I particularly feel that, hey, we're going to get to it with Bun B crying up on the stand. I think he should be a part of denouncing some of the messages that his music has put forward. Your music has put forward that robbing and killing niggas is cool. You should probably denounce that, my nigga. It's the reason why you're on the stand. It's the reason why you're on the stand. Because your wife can't sleep at that place that you used to live at no more. Because some bum-ass nigga who might be subscribing to the same things that you used to promote your music, he did that shit. And your wife can't sleep there no more. That's why you're on the stand. But your music added to that. Your music adds to it. The ignorance of hip-hop adds to it. So when I see everybody now just like, y'all see all these people, oh, well, Bun B ain't really a snitch, and they use well, he's not in the streets no more. You're right, I don't think he's a snitch, because I don't even really care about that word snitch like that. But we should talk about the side effects, and we should talk about the consequences of when you've made music for years, encouraging and hyping up a culture of crime. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody just wants to say, oh no, Bun B's just like. Here's the reality of it. If you call 6ix9ine a snitch, and you believe that if niggas talk like that, they should handle it like that, you should call Bun B a snitch. I won't, because I don't draw those lines. But if you call any rapper a snitch, Bun B should be a snitch to you. I don't, because I don't draw those lines. Because in reality, I'm not gonna pick and choose. For me, I noticed that Bun B is not in that lifestyle anymore, and he's realized probably the ramifications of the lifestyle. I would just like for him to use his platform to speak against it. Because the same way how when your music was kicking and bouncing and everybody was loving it and people were hearing about how they should be doing this and keeping it trill and blah, blah, and maybe that encouraged the culture of running up in niggas' houses, when it did happen to you, you went to the police, and that is fine. That's what you're supposed to do, because trust me, I keep telling everybody, them niggas who try to run up on me, I got a tuxedo ready. Nigga, when I take the stand, I'm going to be taking selfies on the stand. Nigga, I've practiced me telling like a million times. Like, the type of telling I'm finna do, I'm going to try to see if I could get them niggas a needle. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, you know, I could big snitch. You can call me any type of words you want to call me. You going to call me a taxpaying citizen. I just don't like when hip-hop changes the rules for who they like. Okay? So if you've ever been a part of the, oh, nah, you got to get it how you live shit, you should call Bun B a snitch. If you've ever been a part of that, he should be a snitch. You gotta, I hate when, this is my biggest problem with hip-hop. They pick and choose. Him, he's not really, nah. No. This is why there's no rules and codes to this shit. Again, for me, he's not a snitch, because I think he's seen the errors of his ways and some of the stuff he was promoting and the ways he was living, just like Jeezy. Like, I would look at Jeezy completely stupid right now if, like, some shit happened and he said he wasn't cooperating with police. However, I also look at those people when the police and the justice system is now saving your ass, which they've saved my ass before, for you not to speak out about the ramification of the music and the message you've pushed forward in the community. You've pushed forward poison just like drug dealers push forward crack, coke, all type of shit that fucked people up and turned them into fiends and fucked up families. Your music pushed forward a mentality that people thought it was appropriate to act a certain way. You push forward ignorance, and if you don't at least positively, at this point when the cops is now saving your humanity and saving your wife's, giving her some peace by sending this nigga to jail, because you're not finna kill him. You should have killed him that day. If you had killed him that day, we were good. That's what the gangsters do. You should have killed him that day. Should have walked him down after you shot the nigga. You shot the nigga in the shoulder. You should have walked him down and done him. You didn't. The cops came. And if you was keeping a gangster, when they came with a photo array, you already shot him once. You took the mask off. You'd have said, is this the nigga you shot? You'd have said no, because you was going to handle it business as a gangster. But you're not that anymore. So we should start, I hope y'all get what I'm saying. We got to start reversing some of these effects of the negative messaging we've sent through music because the picking and choosing shit to me is lame. The picking and choosing shit is lame. If I listen to your music, it's telling me and everybody else about how you gonna keep it trill, do this and third. I see you up on the stand crying. No, and I've never seen you at least acknowledge, okay, this is a change from that. And this isn't personal at Bun B, because I do love Bun B, like, honestly. I absolutely do love Bun B. But it's hypocrisy of hip hop that I'm like, oh my God. Y'all just pick and choose, but y'all still care about snitches. To be honest, we should probably say, hey, yo, y'all criminals, y'all on y'all own. Everybody should tell on y'all. I'm down with that. If you doing crime, everybody should tell. But no, hip hop culture protects criminals. You do know this anti-snitching thing is to protect the killers, the rapists, the robbers, the people selling drugs in our communities, right? Anyway, so just to put in perspective, 5 years ago, if y'all were calling a spade, 5 years ago, Bun B cooperated. He literally pointed out in the photo array, this is the nigga who you should arrest because he ran up in our house. That's what every regular citizen should do. But y'all keep doing this back and forth double dutch and shit, which I don't like. Okay, so that happened then.
Last night,
here was the attorney explanation.
Home with his wife Queenie, and they live in a gated neighborhood, kind of a lock and leave community. A man was seen later, I talked to security on scene, trying to get into several homes, so it doesn't appear that he was targeted. He was successful in getting to Bun and Queen's home because the doorbell and they were expecting a package. He then forced his way in, held Mrs. Freeman at gunpoint. In an act of tremendous courage on her part, her fear this was someone here trying to target her husband. So she gave him the car keys and all the possessions she had. He insisted on going upstairs. She acted like she couldn't and pushed him to just take the car and leave. That was her, her thought was...
Hold on, let me also pause this. I see King Beef in the chat saying, snitch is only when you're telling your co-defendant, not this shit act. Stop it, man. Y'all all try to make this new... This is what I hate about hip-hop, man. This is why when you start talking snitching, I just laugh at everybody involved. Stop lying. Snitching ain't only when you telling the co-defendant. Y'all niggas say it's snitching when you telling the nigga who shot you, killed your girlfriend who was in the car with you. Like, y'all call everything snitching. 6ix9ine got kidnapped by some niggas. He told on them he snitched. Like, come on. Like, snitching is just telling. Like, stop with this, like, the people with snitching always act like there's some code. There is zero code. My point is this. When are we going to start asking these rappers, hey, listen, you've promoted Poison for like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Hey, I'm glad that your family's safe. I'm glad that you're safe. But could you now be a voice for the people to reverse some of the effects of what your music has done? Your music has encouraged this mindset. Your music has encouraged, go ahead and rob some people. Niggas is real, so niggas won't tell on you. Like, shouldn't you speak against that? You don't think so? Or, you know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know.
Her husband was up there unarmed, and she was trying to protect him. And really, it's a story of courage on both their parts. He heard the commotion, armed himself, came to the stairs. It's kind of a 3-story townhouse. Saw that this man was holding his wife at gunpoint and engaged.
And by the way, because I know clip culture, I agree with everything Bun B did. Nigga, listen. I'm gonna try to use my IRL stream backpack in court. Like, I think they said I could like testify virtually. That's how I need to be in court. COVID ain't going on. I need to be in court. The judge got to see my tears. Y'all got to see the Machiavellian like type of performance I'm finna do. Like, y'all might put me like a movie or something, like Oppenheimer 2. I don't know what y'all gonna put me in some shit. I'm finna go in there. I'm trying to get them niggas a needle. I'm sorry. That's who I am. I've been telling you, I've never been scared about it. I've never acted like, I'm the killer of the killers that don't snitch, and now I'm switching up. That's my problem. If you don't notice, that's my problem with this, right? There's nothing wrong as long as that's who you've always been. But when you were purporting to be that, and then you turn to this, not saying you can't do it. That's what you should do. But at least use your platform to let people know that you used to say a lot of fuck shit. Like, I wish Meek Mill would tell his audience, hey, a lot of my rhymes help send you out of jail. Instead, he's the only dummy who keeps trying to rap about spinning blocks and rap about prison reform. Dummy, your music is sending them to the courts that's fucking them over, that they can't get out of prison that you're trying to reform.
The man fled into the attached garage, and inside the home there was a gun battle between the two men. Both, shot at each other. Fortunately, Bun and Queen are fine. Neither of them suffered any physical injury. Obviously, there's a tremendous amount of emotional trauma, and I hope that both the media and Houston kind of respect their time.
Amon Nas, don't tell me that bullshit. Talking about rap is entertainment, and you can't act like the raps you listen to them. These guys don't only, when they're off the record and when they're now doing interviews and they're living life, they still talking the street shit. Listen, it's retarded when y'all start saying, oh no, this is just like movies. No, it's not. These niggas don't get out the booth and be like, all right, well, that was just me playing the Hulk. No, these niggas go act tough. And you see them with guns on Instagram. You see them like catch charges and do all this shit. They're trying to live the raps more than anything. Don't tell me these guys is just... No. So here's the point. These niggas are purporting messages. That's the point blank period whole thing about it. It's not like Denzel, who's basically saying, hey, listen, I was just doing an act. My name is Denzel Washington. My name in that movie was so-and-so, and that was Training Day. No. We're seeing these rappers saying, like, these niggas be lying. I only keep it real. I keep it true. Like, stop the lies, man. What's up with y'all, man? Yo, here's the problem. And I know they're going to clip this crazy and make me look like the bad guy, because it's going to make it look like I don't look like Bun B, because I love Bun B. We're just down to just excuse this because it's Bun B and we love him. He sells chill burgers. I never had a chill burger, but a chill burger sounds good. I want a chill burger. A chill burger sounds very delicious, right? Let this be a nigga we didn't like. Come on, chat. Let this be a nigga we didn't like, bro. If this was Whack 100 on the stand crying, oh my God, we would saute him. Name another tough nigga who we don't like. Let's stop with we pick and choose. That, again, is my problem with all of this shit. Because I'm telling you, at the core of everything, a lot of hip-hop concepts that's promoted through music are only meant to manipulate and send other young children to jail. Jeezy sent his kid to college. He made music to send your kid to the penitentiary. That's a fact. Trap or die. My kid, he ain't trapping or dying. He's going to fucking college. What are you talking about? Yes.
Time that they need to heal. But the suspect was later caught when he presented himself at a Pearland area emergency room with a gunshot wound to the shoulder. He has now been charged with aggravated assault, 2 counts, and burglary of a habitation.
You mentioned that Bun and his wife were okay, but also at the beginning of all of this, you said, listen, I'm his attorney, but I'm also his friend. You were there with him yesterday. What's it like to see your friend?
Okay, so basically he explained the whole Bun thing. Fast forward to 5 years from now, or 5 years from then, the guy's getting
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored.
Hold on, I think we have a clip here, actually. Where's the clip? Is it here?
Time for a new edition of The Factor Uncensored. First up tonight, a side of Bun B the public rarely gets to see. He got emotional in court today, testifying in the sentencing hearing for the man charged with breaking into his home and putting a gun into his wife's head back in 2019. That suspect's name is DeMonte Jackson. Bun B, whose real name is Bernard Freeman, says he was in the restroom when everything started, but he knew something was wrong when he heard the fear in his wife's voice, Queenie. He says his wife is still affected by the incident to this day.
There are times where she gets closed off. She can't communicate. And I get so angry all again because she didn't deserve it. She didn't ask for this.
There was a shootout between Bun B and Jackson in the garage of his home. Bun shot the masked suspect before he ran off and ran away. My next guest has more details on the case and when the hearing will conclude. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us former Harris County Assistant District Attorney, now.
Okay.
and making sure that she can present the best head.
Okay. There was a couple more I want y'all to.
New at 4 o'clock, the man who broke into rapper Bun B's home is now facing 40 years in prison. The sentencing came down within the last 2 hours.
This after emotional testimony from Bun B and his wife, who were held at gunpoint during the 2019 home invasion. Sherman Chow joining us live downtown. Sherman, as we mentioned, an emotional day in court.
Yeah, absolutely. 25-year-old DeMonte Jackson is sentenced to 40 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole after 20 years. And this entire punishment phase trial was very emotional, as was this decision. Now, take a look at the video from court earlier. The last witnesses, including Jackson's grandmother, took the stand today. Jackson's family testifying that he has mental health issues, used drugs, and has an IQ of 81. His father...
Fuck that nigga. You see, that's why I'm be on that mental health shit. Nigga, you try to run in a nigga crib with a gun, man, euthanize that little nigga, man. Put a little needle in his arm and get him the fuck out of here. Man, let that nigga get reborn as a goldfish or some shit like that. The fuck? Who do you think we care about his mental health? Nigga, you about to kill a nigga. Fuck out of here. Stick a needle in his arm and watch that nigga shit on himself till he's dead.
Father said he failed to properly discipline his son, who'd been a standout.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. That's what I like to see.
That he failed to properly discipline his son, who'd been a standout high school football player. The prosecution argued Jackson,
life is over, buddy,
who yesterday stopped proceedings with an outburst in court, has a history of ongoing criminal activity. The prosecution was
You mad?
satisfied today. Jackson's father was not.
This defendant has had all the love and support that a family could provide for him. And despite that, he's continued to make very poor and dangerous choices.
I wanted to apologize on behalf of my son to the Freeman family for the pain that you did endure. However, I believe that just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you should give somebody a life sentence.
Oh, word? That's how it go? Shit. Nigga, I might invite TMZ to the fucking sentencing for them niggas in my case. Shit, I might need CNN, Fox News, TMZ. I'm trying to get these niggas a needle. I want their family to be there too.
Houston rap legend Bun B and his wife Queenie giving emotional testimony in court today. The couple described a home invasion that happened back in 2019.
Yeah, this story made big headlines back then, and you may remember that's when the rapper ended up shooting the armed robber. Now that man is set to be sentenced for his crime. Sherman Chow joins us from the courthouse with what's next in this case and some interesting stuff in the courtroom today. Sherman.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, actually, court resumes tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It has been a very emotional and tense day here in the 209th. Rapper Bun B, whose legal name is Bernard Freeman, and his wife Chevalier both testified about that 2019 attack at their Houston home. 25-year-old DeMonte Alief Jackson has pled guilty to aggravated robbery and burglary with intent to commit another offense. Well, Jackson's parents testified on his behalf, saying that he has an IQ of 81 and mental health issues. The Freemans say that Jackson forced his way into their home, put a gun to Mrs. Freeman's head to rob them and steal their car. Bun B, who was upstairs, grabbed a gun, came downstairs, opened fire on Jackson, who by then was behind the wheel of a car in the family garage.
I like shooting back at me, and I proceeded to unload my weapon. Well, I wasn't sure if I unloaded my weapon, and then he fell out in the car, he threw his gun down. I started fighting with him. My wife came through the garage door. She started screaming. Tell.
Dad, you ain't gotta ask. No.
Yeah, they send that bitch ass nigga where he deserved to be, man. Really, he don't deserve to be in jail. Taxpayers should not be paying for that whole ass nigga. Don't get mad your son was a fuck up. Blame yourself. That father need to blame himself. You grew a delinquent.
After that outburst, there was a brief recess and court resumed. Jackson's father said his son was a standout high school football player who, quote, had everything, including 2 cars and a moped, but not disciplined because he wanted to be a friend, not a father. Jackson was wounded in that shootout and then fled to a hospital where he was then later arrested. 2 more defense witnesses are scheduled to testify tomorrow morning, after which the judge will issue a sentence. We are live here in the Harris County Criminal Courthouse. Sherman Chow, KHOU.
Apparently, Bun B told the story before.
He said, "Where's the keys?" And I said, "I keep them in my fist," and looked up. I never got to turn the knob, the bottom knob. I was slowly turning the deadbolt, and I guess by me not being able to see him, he had to been holding on to the knob. That's the only knob he could hold on. So, some kind of way, I remember I looked up because I'm looking down to retrieve a package that we do all the time.
Right.
So, when I looked up, he had the gun right here.
Wow.
And so he was backing me back and at the same time locking the door. So, he was trying to lead me up my steps, and I was like, I can't go up these steps because he gonna catch Bun on the toilet. Both of us gonna be dead.
Right.
He got to kill one of us. So,
Wow. Such a brave woman. And by the way, Bun, you know, as I said, man, I just think Bun got to denounce all that gangster shit, man. Like, it's cool. Bruh, look, your wife is a trooper. Yo, his wife is an amazing person. Yo, his wife basically said, I'm not going to lead her. I wasn't going to lead this guy up to where my husband was at because he's going to see Bun. And she's already thinking he's robbing. He probably knows this is Bun's crib or whatever. He's probably looking for him. If I bring him up there, we're both dead. Shit, if I guess if he going to kill somebody, let him just kill me. Yeah, bruh. Come on. This is the queen. And by the way, I want to salute to Bun for taking that stand. Nigga, you better take that stand for your goddamn queen.
Thinking fall. I fell at the bottom of the steps and slid to the floor. I balled up in a knot, and every time I did this and looked up, he had the gun right here. The barrel of the gun was so cold, and he had it in a black glove hand. He had 2 gloves on, but one was blue and one was black. So he put it here, and he kept telling me, he was like, give me what you got. Give me everything you got. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I'm in shock that this is happening to me.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Give me everything you got or else I'm going to kill you. And I shook. I'm like, wait, what? And in between him telling me this, he looks over and notices I have a bedroom. So when I seen him looking towards the bedroom, I started saying, just take my car, you know, because I didn't want him to take me in that bedroom and rape me and do whatever he wanted to do.
Right.
And so I don't know, in between the time that I got up off the floor, no, I was still on the floor when he asked, he heard the footsteps. Both of us heard the footsteps. I know the layout of my house. Then that's when he goes, how many floors you have? I go, 4. And he says, okay, who is that up there? I say, that's my husband. He said, tell your husband don't come down.
At this point, I'm moving. I hear what's going on, and I'm moving.
Steps that Bun is headed to get the gun. So I'm steady screaming, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. He said, I'm going to kill you if you come down. I'm like, please don't kill me, please don't hurt me, because I see he looking at the bedroom. And so at the same time, he goes, I say, I could hear Bun getting closer. I say, Bun, don't come down. Because he told me 3 times not to tell him don't come down, but he didn't know it was Bun. So when I noticed when I said Bun, he startled, like, because he was heading for the bedroom. He startled. And I was like, okay, to myself, I'm saying, he don't know where he at. So I made it upon myself. I said, Bun, don't come down the stairs. Please don't come down. And that's when he asked me for the keys to my car. Right. I've been trying to offer you my car for the last 3 minutes. You didn't want it.
Right.
So he said, where's the keys? And I said, I keep them in my car. I just, back in the garage, I keep them in my car. Okay, what door is that? That's the garage. So I don't know what happened, how I got up off the floor, but the entire time when I was on the floor, I didn't feel like I was gonna die. I felt protected because when I looked up at him, he put the gun back in my face and all I could see was his eyeballs and something white right here on his neck. So.
And then that was like he had an emoji ski mask on.
And y'all had a shootout in the garage, right? What?
Yeah, that's
so
after I had
after she led him out to the car.
Okay.
And once I'm stuck in the garage with him, so I'm steady trying to press the garage door to let it up, but it keep going so slow. So I'm so nervous. I'm pushing. It's going up, down. And then he said, "Open up the damn garage." And I just laid on it, and it just started coming up. And I looked at my peripheral view, and I seen him get in the car. And once he got in the car, I jumped back in the house. Mm-hmm. My thing was to lock the door, but as I was going back in, I was trying to let the garage door down to keep him in there. But thank God for the Audi, because he couldn't figure out how to start it. Because the push button is over on the passenger side. So he in there looking, and I noticed he was looking when I ran back in the house. So I met Bun at the door as I was getting ready to close. Bun was getting ready to open it, and I was pleading with him, "Don't go out there because he got a gun. He gonna shoot.
Bun like, I got a gun too.
I got a gun too. I'm definitely. I don't know if he gonna shoot, but I'm definitely gonna shoot.
Yeah.
I don't. And again, I don't know what's on the other side. So I just go through the door, and I look, and I don't see the garage door is up, and I don't see a person. So then I look in the car, and I see his head and his body turn back towards me, and that's when I just let that thing go.
You think when he said Bun, he realized it was Bun B, and then he just wanted to get out?
He wanted to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that point.
I see you got your lawyer here. Is it because they trying to press some charges against you?
No, but just trying. Well, first of all, he's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Usually when he finds out I'm going to New York, he wants to come anyway.
Okay.
He's a big mute. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. I don't know if I was supposed to say.
No. I mean, but you didn't. You
let him go.
You didn't. Bun didn't know he was shot.
But I wanted him to get that mask off. And at that time, I didn't know he was shot. Mm-hmm. After the officers came over and they looked at how what I did to the car, they was like, "No, this dude is shot. This dude is hit. He's gonna turn up in the hospital tonight." And about an hour and a half later, he did.
Well, and that's.
Hey, I respect it. Bun, you did the right thing. I just want you to, let's start reversing some of this mentality, man. All that gangsterism is the best thing, and not telling. No, if any bum ass nigga do anything that affects you, especially you not no street nigga. If you a street nigga, all right, cool. That's why they have that snitch word. I can't be no snitch, nigga. The fuck. I'm trained to tell. Yeah. So that's my whole disposition to it. And I wish I could watch the full sentencing. I'm very happy homie got 40 years. Like ecstatic he got 40 years. You feel what I'm saying? He deserves all of that. Just to put in perspective, y'all, like, bruh, when somebody tries to come up in the place you live, my nigga, you move different, bro. Like, you really do move different. Like, and it is traumatizing. So, watching Bun B up there crying, and I think some of y'all might, y'all look at it a certain way.
Here's some rap legend.
I understand his wife, like, feeling a certain type of way, and I understand Bun B feeling a certain type of way. Bruh, where you live at is the place you feel the safest too. Real talk. Like, I could tell y'all, like, as a fact, nigga, ever since niggas tried to run my crib, nigga, y'all know I got 4. I never had no dogs before. I got 4 dogs. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Everybody come over and be like, you got too many dogs. I don't give a fuck. They be like, they're too vicious. I don't give a fuck. And I sleep in my bed with 2 guns. Like, nigga, that's the only thing I cuddle with, nigga. They sleep on, I put 2 guns on the pillow. I never was like that before. But when shit like that happens, bro, nigga, you just always, you sleep different. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you wake up at different shit. So I understand the trauma that he went through, because I know to this day, like, nigga, I mean, I already had guns, but you sleep with matter of fact, did I tell y'all this story, chat? I gotta tell y'all this story. Y'all wanna hear the story? This is before the attempted home invasion, though, right? Because y'all knew I kind of had guns for a bit. So So the night Pluto got hit by a car. I think I've told y'all how it happened. I got 4 dogs now. I really, like, you know, I'm not one of them niggas. I don't want to cuddle with no cute, cuddly dog. I need a dog who could kill a nigga. I'm sorry to say. Bruh, like, I have 4 or 5 levels of defenses before I got to defend myself. And, you know, it's just try to, like, you nobody's invincible, but you try to take precautions. Anyway, I love my dogs anyway. They're my loves. I let them out. And for whatever reason, Pluto didn't come back. He ran over to some shit and he got through a shit and went through another person's, like, my only neighbor who's, like, adjacent to me. And he has this bad habit of jumping at cars, and it was dark. It was like around this time. He jumps at a car and a car hits him. The car never stopped. I hear it, like, boom! Like, and I'm not even close to it. I'm probably dumb far. But I heard it, and I kind of heard like an animal, and I was like, you know, I was like, oh shit, Pluto got hit, and I ran over there. And I didn't see nothing at first, but the female dog had ran back out, and I seen she running. Oh, this is going to get to somewhere. Don't worry. So the female dog is running crazy at me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I still didn't even see, because when Pluto got hit, like, he wasn't crying. He was just mad silent. He's just like there. But it was dumb dark. I can't see him. So I hop in my car, and I'm driving around like it's a big-ass block, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where the hell is Pluto? And as I'm driving, like, in the dark, I see, like, a dark figure kind of just, like, on the lawn of my neighbors. And then I stopped the car, I realized it's Pluto. Okay, you know, I realized, like, his foot kind of looks clearly broken. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, yo, I got to bring him back to my house, and then I'm going to try to get him to the hospital. And as I'm doing that, like, you know, he just got hit. Like, he's kind of in shock, but whatever. I'm doing all that. He can't really move. And I feel like I'm bad at telling this story now. And eventually there was like a blanket or something like in my trunk of the car. I brought it out because, like, I can't just lift him up because, like, he's hurt. And I don't know where he got hit. I could tell it's his foot, but I actually thought it was two of his. I thought it was his front foot and his back foot on one side. And anyway, I'm like, shit, like, what the fuck? I got to get him, like, is there animal, like, ambulances? I don't know. So I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, a guy pulls up. A guy comes by. The audio is bad. Y'all got to refresh. It's not me. I think it's, if Twitch not complaining. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see. If Twitch not complaining, it's just YouTube. Let me see. Okay, let's try. My bad. Okay, I'm good, right? Okay. So I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to get him up, but, like, I could tell he's basically just laboring and pain a little bit. He's wincing a little bit, but he's not loud. I'm like, yo, I got to get him up. I got to get him to the hospital. So a guy comes by, and, like, he just kind of walks out of nowhere. And he was just like, oh, hey, I was, like, I saw, like, I pulled over because I put my hazards on. I ran out of the car. He's like, can I help? I was like, oh, yeah, my dog got hit, blah, blah. And essentially, he was a guy who lived close by. And he said to me, oh, I have a wheelbarrow. I could go grab it from my house. And I was thinking, oh shit, yeah, go do that. So anyway, he brings the wheelbarrow. I put Pluto in the wheelbarrow. And literally, it's a long ass, like, type of block thing. I bring him around, and then I put him in the G-Wagon, and then I go to because I had driven my, like, regular car. Anyway, and then I go to the hospital. But as I'm walking around, so I got Pluto in the wheelbarrow. There's a little bit of blood. You know, he's kind of quiet, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, I'm pushing him, and this random guy is just helping me, right? And the guy says to me, we're about halfway pushing him to my house. The guy says to me, he says, hey, do you believe in karma? And I said, what? I'm just so concerned about. I'm just like fucking. It's just like. Anyway, he's like, do you believe in karma? And by the way, I think he used the wrong word too. Truth be told, he said, do you believe in karma? I said, nigga, like, I don't want to be like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Because it's his wheelbarrow, Pluto's in it, whatever. But I'm pushing it. And he says to me, I think my answer to the karma thing, I said, I don't know sometimes, because at times, like, how do you really judge what's karma? And blah, blah. Like, I was just wondering, like, what the fuck are you even asking me that for? My fucking dog is right here. He just got hit. But then he says something to me. He says, I've met you before. And I was just like, wait, what? I was like, I'm still like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this even pertinent to? But he's like, I've met you before. And I was just like, okay, all right. And I'm pushing this wheelbarrow Pluto's, and I'm thinking like, damn, my dog better not die. But I'm like, yo, wait, how, when? And that's why I do think he used the wrong word. Let me tell you the story, Chad. Somebody said, of course, your neighbor. No, you don't meet neighbors here. I only know 2 neighbors. It's like all mansions here, bro. Like, on the other side, I don't know none of them. I've never met them. They've never met me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we know the houses, but we don't meet each other. I only met my immediate neighbors. Anyway, he's like, we've met before. I was like, what the fuck? Who is this nigga? And he said to me, this is why I think he used the wrong word. He said, about 2 years ago, or maybe 2.5 years ago, I met you. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is he talking about? The reason why he said that, chat, here's the story. The guy who brought the wheelbarrow for me to put Pluto in to wheel around the block to my house and I could put him in my truck to bring him to the hospital, he remembered me. I didn't remember him. 2 years ago, I pulled a gun on him. Yeah, that's the thing. He remembered that. I pulled a gun on him. I'll tell you the story. I was at my crib and I was in my pool, but my fence and my gate and everything was up. Somehow, a nigga gets onto my property and there's no way to get on my property. Gets on my property, start ringing my doorbell. Yo, Grant, it's not funny. And I remember, nigga, I pull up to the door, nigga. I got the thing on me. And when I opened the door, he was just like, hey. And I start questioning him immediately. I'm like, yo, how'd you even get here? Wait, how'd you get here, bro? Because my gate's locked. So I'm like, how'd you get onto my property to even ring my doorbell? Like, what are you doing? It was 2-3 a.m. when that happened. He says, he was trying to tell me to turn. So I got speakers in the ground in my backyard where my pool is at. He was trying to tell me, he's like, oh yeah, I wonder if you could like turn down. I was wondering what was going on over here. I wonder if you could turn down the music. By the way, also at my house, somebody could get shot. Nobody would hear it. But in my outdoor speakers, it's built for like parties. Like, and I think I was out there like playing music. I was in my pool. Anyway. So I look at the dude. I'm like, fuck my music. Nigga, how'd you get on my property? Nigga, what you do? Like, what we doing over here? So I'm looking at him and I got my shit, because I'm like, what does this nigga think this is? So I'm asking him, I'm like, nigga, where you from? But he not giving me direct. He kept saying, oh, I'm from over there. I live in the area. But I'm looking, nobody walks in my neighborhood. So I'm like, bro, where your car at? Bro, there's no car, no nothing. He's just on my I'm like, bro, where you live at, dog? Like, where do you live at? Like, yeah, of course nigga, it's not even aggressive. It's just like, bro, it's 2 a.m. You're on my property. My gate and everything is closed. How are you here, bro? This don't look too right. He's like, oh, I live over there. I'm like, dog. So then he says, oh, my grandparents got a flight in the morning. I wanted to just come to ask you if you could turn the music down a little bit because the music is that loud. I think it was like a regular weekday, but to me, every day is a Sunday or Saturday. It was like, so I'm trying to figure out where he live at. He ain't really giving me. I'm like, bro, where do you live at? He just keep pointing in a direction. So now I'm thinking he's capping. Like, bro, you don't know the neighborhood. You're just acting like you're just over here. So I told him, I said, dog, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, bro. If you do really live around this area, you should just call the police on me. Like, let the police come here and tell me to turn down the music. How did you get on my you hop my fence? Bro, don't be hopping my fence at 3 a.m. on my ringing my doorbell. Like, bro, there ain't nothing good gonna come of that. Like, nigga, I'm paranoid like a motherfucker, nigga. Like, so that's what happened then. And I remember I got his name, and he was just like, I live over there. And I remember trying to find it out, and I had people look at it. I thought he lived in a house he didn't live in. So I was like, oh, that nigga was a liar. He didn't live here. The house I thought he pointed at, he lived to the house to the right of it, which is so ironic. And that's what ended up happening. So the dude, I don't want to give up too much about him. He has family in other country. He went to that country for like a year and a half. So I never saw him. So I really thought it was like some random nigga who's trespassing on some DaBaby shit. Like, nigga, how the fuck you get on my property shit? So I got my shit ready like, nigga, if I gotta, I'm just here to protect myself. I don't know nothing about nothing else. That's it. But I know what he was talking about when he said karma, which I think he used the wrong word. It was just like, he's like, yo, when I ran into you, you were really like defensive. Like, you were like, yo, why the fuck you here, blah, blah, blah. And now you're inviting. I think that's what he was just trying to contrast it. It was like, then you were aggressive, or not aggressive, but like, damn, where'd you come from? But now, your dog got hit and you're inviting because I'm helping. And I was like, I guess, okay, cool, whatever. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, the dude who helped me bring bring Pluto to my house, I pulled something on him. Pause. Yeah, but it's 2 a.m. Nigga, the fuck are you doing here? Nigga, it's 2 a.m. Nigga, I'm thinking the worst. So because I remember I was mad. I said, nigga, I don't give a fuck if your grandmama, your mama, anybody sleeping, call the cops on me. The police will come here. At least I know it says police. And if the police say do it, cool. You hopping my fence? Nigga, the only nigga hopping a fence is if they ever want to catch a Legos. The hell? But, cooler heads prevailed. I'm actually glad, he reminded me of that, which by the way, I thank him. I thank him for his grace, because number one, I wouldn't jump a nigga fence, number one. But number two, maybe if I was him, I would be like, oh, ain't that nigga that pulled that blick on me? Man, I ain't motherfucking helping him and his dog. Fuck them niggas. So I do want to thank him for that, though, But it wasn't no malicious shit. I'd be paranoid. You feel me? Shit. If I see a nigga on my property, I'm going to think it's Meek Mill taking a piss. Of course, I got mines on me. I don't know what niggas is thinking. Yeah. No, that was that's what I was asking him. I was just like, yo, dog. Also, the reason I was thinking he was lying? For you to walk around that, like, this is how big the block is. It's about a mile. For you to walk from that side of the block all the way around, you don't have a car, hop my fence, then ring my doorbell at 2 to 3 a.m., bro, you are definitely, like, come on, dog. Like, because I remember even looking at him like, yo, bro, if you lived in this neighborhood, come on, dog, like, you wouldn't do that. Like, you definitely wouldn't do that. So I thought he was lying. He actually wasn't lying. So, salute to him. Somebody said, no, this happened 2 years ago. So he helped me with my dog this year, and he basically was just like, yo, bro, I don't know why he used karma, though, because I was like, what? Nigga, are you saying it's karma for me pulling a blick on you that my dog got hit, I was going wild out. But I know he meant it wrong. He was just like, you see how sometimes when you first met me, we were kind of at odds. Now we're helping each other, right? And I think that's what he meant. And, he's a dope dude. I really, salute to him. I was trying to, like, compensate him for even, helping me out, but he wouldn't take anything. So salute to that guy. Nah, he ain't hit Pluto. No, he literally lives there. The reason why he went out to take his garbage out, and I was in the yard next to it, and he seen my car that's just on. There's no sidewalks where we live at, clearly. So my car's just there with the hazards on, like kind of damn near in the middle of the road, and I guess he hears because I'm in the yard next to him. I'm talking to Pluto, like, Pluto, you okay? Like, you know what I mean? And I think he was just like, oh, what the fuck going on? He walks out, and, I'm like, who the hell is that? And I was like, oh, shit, my dog got hit, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, oh, shit, he tried to come help. And I was like, damn, I'm trying to get him in the car. Realized he couldn't really move because of his foot. And he was like, oh, yo, I got a wheelbarrow. I said, do you? I said, all right, please get it. And he brought a wheelbarrow, and, yeah. So, but the nigga was telling me it was karma. I'm like, man. Anyway, I really also tell that story to tell you how paranoid I am. That's why I even was like, with all due respect, one of y'all fans pulled up to my crib and dropped off some shit. I ain't even gonna say, because I don't want to encourage that shit. Man, I would highly suggest y'all don't come to my house. Like, my address is public, but don't come to my house because it's usually somebody clutching a gun or something over here thinking it's the worst. You know what I mean? That's just unfortunately the life I live. So I don't want to have no bad experience with somebody who's a fan or somebody who I would probably enjoy in a different setting. You can meet me at a gas station, anywhere, at my house. If something happened, I want to be able to call the police and be like, come pick this fucking corpse up. All right. Anyway, Bun B, good job. Again, y'all know I'm just heavily against home invaders. I'm telling you, it's changed my life. 100% it's changed my life. Yo, my nigga, I got 2 security surveillance systems at my house. I have motion detectors. I have, I was at a gate and shit like that. The only thing I'm about to get just full-time security at my house. Like, that's how paranoid you get, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I fall asleep these days. Like, in my room is like a control center. I have 3 TVs and 2 of them always have security footage going on at all time. And I usually fall asleep watching my security cameras. Like, it's paranoia, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? So I understand when somebody try to run up in your shit, how it makes you feel and how much you get on the defensive. Yeah. So I agree with Bun. You know what I mean? I just wish he had killed that nigga. All right, anyway.